What's going on, YouTubers? I think you'll enjoy this conversation, and I'm not going to tell you anything you don't know already, but hopefully the other side will see this video and thinking, man, I'm hearing it from a different side. Went to go see my grandfather, have a relative from out of state visiting from California, and very progressive, nothing wrong with that. Not into guns, don't own guns. I think we should do more, there should be more laws on guns, more mandates, more background checks, maybe have classes every other year, maybe register your guns. All these things came out of my cousin's mouth. And while I'm a sensible guy and I can agree with her to some extent and say, hey, I have no problem with that, I told her what any responsible gun owner, logic, level-headed gun owner would say. And I said, you know, I don't have a problem with rules. You can pass 20 more laws, and guess what? I'm going to abide by them. I'm going to follow the rules because I'm a good guy. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I said, it's not me that you have to convince or try to make a better person. It's the criminal out there who will never follow the rules. They'll never comply. You can come up with 100 rules and they don't give a damn. They're going to do what they do. And I agree. There are some people, while it's their right, who should never be near a gun, who shouldn't touch a gun, who has no sense brain no sense in their brain to be responsible for a gun. You have a lot of dumbasses out there. But just know that whatever rules that you put in place or want to imply, it will impact other people. I said, even if you said, hey, I think that there should be a waiting period to own a firearm. You should have to do this, do that, do this. There's a period to wait. You know, you have to go to classes, whatever. Those rules impact other people. I said, I have no problem going through that. I can drive myself to and from classes. I can go through the background checks. I can, you know, go through some courses and read it and this and that. I said, but people like my grandfather, he's old, he doesn't drive. How's he supposed to get to those classes? You know, he doesn't read or write. He wouldn't even pass. But he's acquired all these guns. And she's like, well, he'd be grandfathered into it. I'm like, it's still, those are things that impact other people. And while they don't impact me today, they could impact me tomorrow, you know? I told her two scenarios. I said, number one, I said, let's say it's me, my grandpa, you, and my niece. We were in the room. I said, we're just sitting here conversating. Somebody walks through that door with a gun, with a pistol, with a AR, AK. Oh, and I had to educate her on semi-automatic because she was thinking that all ARs and AKs, they're all automatic. They just shoot rapid fire. I'm like, no, that's semi-automatic. Well, she goes, well, are pistols semi? I said, all guns that are sold legally that people buy, most every gun out there is semi-automatic. I said, now there's bump stocks, but those are illegal now. And I said, and any good logical gun owner would say those are ridiculous to have because they're not controllable. It's hard to control the gun shooting that thing. It's not easy. I got to shoot a bump stock one time at a gun range. The guy was nice enough to let me fire it. It's pretty cool because it feels like you're shooting rapid, but in reality, how do you control that? It's not a sensible item to have attached to your rifle. But I told her, I was like, would you rather none of us in this room have a gun and we all get shot and killed, or option B, would you rather me or you or my grandpa or my niece have a gun? At least we have a fighting chance, and that son of a bitch would die and we would live. I guarantee you, if I shot that person and they came to the door, you're gonna say, I'm glad Red had a gun. I'm glad he had his pistol on him. I'm pro second. I don't want to own a gun, but you know what? I don't want to take away his rights either, because there are good people out there with a gun. Think about it. Second thing is, she's into wine. I don't drink wine. I've tasted it. I don't care for it. I don't import it. I don't have a store. I don't sell it. I don't grow it. I don't harvest it. Whatever you want to call it. I don't do anything with wine. Guess what? I don't smoke weed. I don't sell it. I don't buy it. I don't harvest it. I don't have a store where, you know, I manufacture, whatever. Those two scenarios, marijuana, which I know in some states they sell it, like Colorado, and you have to be a licensed distributor, and wine, neither one of those are my, you know, I don't take part in. But if I just said, hey, I'm gonna, as a politician, I want to make some rules. I want to jack up the rates on wine. That don't impact me. That impacts you. If I said I want to raise the price on exporting that from other countries, and she goes, oh, well, that did happen under the current administration. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm bringing it up, because it hits close to home. I don't drink wine. You do. It impacts you. So why is it fair for you, for someone like me who doesn't drink wine, doesn't care for wine, doesn't impact, and say, I want to make all these rules on wine? They impact you, not me. And that's the problem, is politicians, they want to make decisions because they're in the position that impact other people. They don't impact themselves. I guarantee you, if they said, hey, as politician, a lifetime politician, we're going to change rules on lifetime politicians, where we get this pension for life and we get taken care of, we get all these benefits, that we're going to go ahead and save the taxpayers some money, and we're going to do away with all these benefits and programs that we politicians get when we get ready to retire. And the fact that we can stay be a lifetime politician, which should be terms, I guarantee you, somebody wants to change all those benefits for politicians, they would fight you on a tooth and nail. Oh, that's not a good idea because it impacts them. And I told her, I said, you know, the problem is education. They really want to do like these DARE programs for drugs and stuff. Why not the government invest that into educating at the school level, and saying, hey, look, whether you're on one side of the law or not, and you're a law-abiding citizen, or you decide to be a criminal, here's things you should know. If you illegally discharge a firearm or commit a crime or kill someone, these things happen to you. You will face charges. Whether they're minor incidents or major or death incidents, you will face charges that will haunt you for the rest of your life. You will become a career criminal. It will be very hard for you to be a successful individual citizen in this country. You will have rights taken away from you. You'll go to jail or prison, which you'll probably be raped. I guarantee you, if you educate/scare the youth, that will weed out the people that should not have guns or just decide never to be near guns. Whether they're legit or they're crazy, they may decide, you know what, guns are not for me. I'm not a bad person. I'm not going to commit no crime. But you know what? I'm going to make the logical choice not to have a gun. But because I choose not to have a gun, I don't want to infringe on your right not to have a gun. You know, I told her, I said, I'm enjoying this gun conversation because hopefully you can take something away from this. And I want you to know, I'm not the person you have to win over, because I see both sides. But you hopefully can take a little bit away, that if you're going to talk about that, you at least have some sense idea that it goes deeper than just black and white. It goes deeper than just gun laws, that's it. It impacts on a whole deeper level. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Have a blessed day. Adios, amigos.